No, today. Today's the day. Okay. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Well, I hope it's happy. Hi. Yeah, I had to mute it, sorry. I was on Spotify. How are you feeling, by the way? So do I. But YouTube says you gotta pay for that, you know? Can't just be using free audio. I think I'm on the last fight, I think. So, let's see if we can finish this tonight in like an hour. Hopefully. Because I don't feel great today, unfortunately. Well, let's see. That's good. Glad to hear that. Final Fantasy is the first. Last fight is never the first last fight is never. Oh, wait, Imperial mentioned that it might be the second to the last, like a fight ago, like the last fight that I did. So I'm hoping he's correct. Hoping and praying. You know? Always evolve. Yeah, this one has got like unlimited HP, by the way, because we're fighting for like maybe 10 minutes, like back-to-back damage, like 200 plus damage every time, and he didn't die, so I'm not sure how long this fight is gonna take. But hopefully it's the only thing I have to do today. This repair is like irritating me. Oh my god. Hi Tuki, how's it going? Who is this? Right. So he stops everyone on the first move. So 2, maybe 3 turns, they're not able to do anything. It is annoying. Swordplay, Divine Ruination.
Prepare yourself!
Soon. Tonight. See, 200. I feel like I should start writing it down. That's 257. Right.
You can count on me.
Who is this? Lambert. So, what can we do with him? They don't seem to take any sort of buff. Thank you. Please take notes. They don't seem to take any sort of buff in this state, I think. Well, it looks like they don't. So he's using magical damage. So let me see if I can just apply re-raise on someone. Actually, I know. I need to apply it on this guy. Because he's carrying hard. Oh, come on. He had no business standing there. Okay. Ability, swordplay, ruination, because it's doing the most. Oh shoot, oh shoot. Oh! That was my bad. I didn't look from this angle, so the runation won't land on him because there's an elevation between me and him. So I needed to be on like one elevation, not two. Yeah, so that's my bad.
You're not alone.
That is my fault. I only have myself to blame for that one.
Now search and see.
This is the part I hate the most. Like, why am I casting spells and it's missing? Huh?
I'm ready to fight.
Are you? Are you really? 'Cause you don't seem too serious to me. Let's try again. And that's like what, 16 MP. So it doesn't cost a lot, but the part that I keep missing is very irritating. Maybe I'm gonna need to apply it on myself. Oh, great. Slow now, stop. Let's make sure we don't miss this time. Ruination.
Bye.
Hi, Snooky, how's it going? Is this super dark or is it just me? Thank you. Hi, Theory.
You have my support.
Oh, he didn't miss. Shocking. Hi, Phenom. Oh, wait. Another round of stop.
My move.
Feels good, man. Look at me right in his face as well. Because he doesn't touch him for like 5 turns or something. Okay, abilities, white magic. Okay, okay. Don't panic. See, if he didn't waste that freaking re-raise before, he would have enough mana now, right? Just get away.
I am the bringer.
You are the bringer of order. Swordplay, Ruination. Where am I from? My title says where I'm from. You know?
Prepare.
That's 400. Are you counting? Bear in mind. Real life. Okay. I'm gonna apply re-raise on Lambert. So, white magic, re-raise on self. 37? Wait, what's 37? I didn't cast anything. I think he leveled up maybe. I need to get closer to them because I need to start healing them. They're not looking too good right now. Look at them. They haven't done anything in the entire fight, by the way. They've just stood there because he's disabled them.
By
And
one
didn't get
so
around.
feeble felled I cannot be. Yet even should you chance to strike me down, return I shall in perpetuity.
In perpetuity. Thank you for the likes, I appreciate it. Alright. Okay.
This world in unremitting chaos lies. Unprompted does it churn and roil and seethe. For power, souls of rancor ever cry, and thus are we to aid them summoned back. To free their souls, the purpose of the stones.
I need to close my window.
Cletien did say that Saint Ajora could create...
The time is long.
No time. No time. No time. Let's end this. Let us end this. Ruination. I wonder if it's because I was standing so close to him. Maybe the closer you stand, the more damage. Seems like it. 400 again.
Crap!
I didn't know that. I thought like the damage was even for all tile. It seems the first person takes the most damage and then evens out. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Are you ready to move? Meltdown. Well then. Great. Great. Fantastic. Is it gonna miss? Oh, would you look at that?
We have you now.
Funny how she didn't die. Just so she could have that dialogue with him. Funny that. Damage is equals to tile. Wait, what? Is equal by tile? No! Because the entire time that I was doing it, it was only doing, was it 250? But when I stand like right next to him, it's 400. So I can't get close to him, unfortunately. So it's gonna have to do something else. Was nice to see. Stop is annoying, and yeah, they all talk to him. I see. 169. Oy, what is he doing? Okay, that's the first attack on Orlando. Dude. I need to raise Ramser at least. White magic. Arise. Please don't miss, I beg you. Actually, I think I might want to move far away. Just in case he decides to cast something. White magic. Arise. Oh, great. I thought he was gonna miss. I was like, you know what? Oh my gosh. Okay. Abilities, white magic. Oh, shiza. Go back. Actually, you know, go all the way back. Okay. Hopefully you don't get hit, but
My
you
luck's
keep
in.
fighting random things that you can't even use, bro. Like every time, just be fighting random junk. Get MP back. Do you know how many of those things that he's found?
That's
those
more like it.
elixirs. He can't even use it. And he's celebrating every time. Like, bro, come on. Okay. He doesn't have any items. He could tailwind and move closer.
Every bit helps.
Okay. And wait. Oh my god. Orlando, save us! I don't think he can get ruination there. He's standing at a weird angle. He knows what he's doing. These NPCs, they know. Okay, good. They know
By
what they're doing.
heavens will...
No time for chit chat. Again, 257. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what do we want to do? We need to raise him. Arise, lad. Abilities, metal, tailwind again. I think he was charging a spell for that 400. Wait, what? Who was charging a spell? Yeah, we've lost lad. We've lost him. We've lost him because the Arise is not gonna cast before the next move, basically. Yeah. He's gone. So is this the last fight? Like, is this the last fight? One sec. I see. So they take more damage when casting, apparently. Makes sense. No, this is not the last fight,
Trust
so
in
I need to
yourself.
restart, basically. I can't afford to lose anyone. We're not this late into the game. Let's just see how this plays out. If she moves away... Oh wait, he hasn't turned yet. Ah, he's gonna turn. Never mind. He's gonna turn. I think. I don't know. We'll see. If I move away, she does have potions, so maybe she can just apply potion to herself and maybe she won't die? $30 is not a lot. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we need to restart. Oh, not formation. I was going to go the other one. We need to restart. I've already lost one of my main damage dealers. Agria's got Phoenix down. No, she doesn't. She doesn't have the skill. That being said, I could probably. That being said, maybe I should split them out. Maybe that's why they all get stopped in the first place, because I put them all in the same place. Yeah, I'll check in a sec, but I highly doubt it. Because I never made her a main chemist, so she doesn't really get that much JP from that job. Maybe I should put Lark here and put the other two here. Actually, Agrius.
Ever ready.
And put him here.
Never a doubt.
I don't know where he's going. Oh wait, we're not done. I don't know where he's gonna cast his spell now. Jobs, chemist, learn. Okay, that was my bad. She does know. She does have a bit of JP to learn that. So she has Phoenix down now. Who else? This guy, Orlando. Please tell me you've got enough to learn Phoenix down as well. Please, please, please. Yes. Oh my god. I saw High Potion as well. Honestly, that would have been better. High Potion. But it's fine. He's got Phoenix down, so he's going to be useful regardless. Chemist. I mean, he doesn't have the job equipped anyway, so it's all good. The whole party, yeah. I see. I didn't know that. I think you're good. Pure Stone Toad. Anything for... Can't even learn X Potion, bro. What are you doing? I need that X Potion. Blood, black... What is it? Black Mage. He's already mastered that, so that's fine. You learn Chemist. He's already mastered Chemist, right? He hasn't? Oh no. X Potion or Echo, Silence, Blindness, Toad, Stone, Undead. Yeah, I think we should go X Potion. Auto Potion is also pretty good. How much does he have? 670, so I can only really afford to... Hi, Talon. I can only really afford to level one thing. So what does he have? Regenerate. Regenerate, Auto Potion? Isn't that the same thing? I thought that was the same thing. You know what? I'm gonna go X Potion. No. I think I'm gonna go Regenerate. I don't know. Auto Potion. Upon receiving damage, uses a potion for inventory. From the inventory. Prioritizes use of potion of lower yeah, no. That's not worth it. Lower potion. I don't know. Do you think Auto Potion makes sense? Regenerate is awful. Really? Because I could use X Potion as well. I can only afford to level one of them. You get regen and heal a little after your turns. So no X Potion. Okay. Oh man. Heal immediately, but lowest potion. Yeah, that's the thing. Lowest potion in my inventory. That's just regular potion. Oh, never mind. It's too late. I already committed to the auto potion. So let me change it. Regenerate to auto potion. So I wonder if Lard has got it as well. Job, chemist, learn. He does, but not enough JP. A reaction ability expression can help more. You may learn auto potion after this battle. I see. Hey George, how's it going? Sorry. Hi. Hi. I ignored you on Twitch, but I saw you on sorry. I'm having a rough day. Did I just unequip someone?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Let's get started. Let's see.
At the ready.
I do not understand.
Why is it so dark?
Why does
though?
Virgo not awaken? This is his resting place. His spirit lingers here. I can sense it. What could be amiss?
I don't know why the mic is yellow. Why is it yellow? And it keeps literally moving the camera on its own as well. It's kind of frustrating. Like,
The
why are you
stones
moving
lend
so
you their
much?
strength. I see this now. A truly vexing foe this child
It
is
keeps
made.
moving that way. Like, I'm not controlling it, but it just
And
keeps moving.
thus Ajora.
Like, I look away 1 second and I look back, it's already moved on its own again. Okay. So who's it gonna apply stop to now? Let's see. Okay, so he only got 2 out of 3. Move so people get more chances. Abilities, sword play, ruination. Okay, you might be right
Only
about the
one
casting
thing for
thing.
it.
Who is this lad? Abilities. Black magic. Like, this flare is kind of useless, okay? 126. Guess. I mean, I don't think he's gonna die. Poison. There might not be a chance for poison. No, I'm standing too far away. That being said, like, I always use fire, but discard your regular potion if you want to heal more than 30. How do I do that? Is there a menu to access your inventory? Outside of the like the outfit or something? Maybe it's in the menu app, but I haven't noticed it though. Close. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, do they take, like, specific damage differently? Like, is he gonna take more fire than he does Blizzard, for instance? Let me just get closer to him. Abilities, black magic, fire. 38. That's fire. 1 thunder, 1. 38. So the element doesn't matter then. 38. That's really bad. Does he take poison? Nope. Toad, by any chance? Nope. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go flare again. I need to stand a bit away. Lucavi have elemental weaknesses. Those Zalera and Ultima are immune to Earth. I see. Let's go flare. But then he's gonna need ether right away. Move. Actually, White magic. Re-raise. Him. Please don't miss. I beg of you. Do not miss. And wait. Oh shoot. If I apply Runation, am I gonna get Agrius as well? Hi Lee, how's it going? Thank you, Bama. Runation. No, okay. 100. Nice.
Go forth.
If you miss, I swear
Much
to God.
obliged.
Okay, good.
I'll give my.
It's fine. We're fine. Nice. Is he dancing? Like, I'm too scared to get close to this guy. I need to spread everyone out. Black magic. Oh shoot, he's run out of ether. He's got ether for himself, so that's good. How long you in? I think I'm on probably one of the last fights. Ultimate can disable, by the way. All bosses can be slowed. Oh. Oh yeah, that's true. So I was able to disable the first Lucardi. Yeah. I need to spread everyone out. That's the thing. Abilities, white magic, re-raise. I need to get to. I need to get to her. Before I even unlocked all the jobs.
I'll take that.
Yep. I have a lot of jobs that I haven't unlocked as well. How are you not able to reach? She's literally. Don't piss me off, man. She's literally right there. She's right there. I don't know what he's casting though, but it's fine. It's fine. Ruination.
Bye.
Don't talk too much, just cast. Thank you, George. Okay. Is everyone alive? Yep. Perfect. Abilities attack. Thank you for your contribution.
By
Lose
one
my
so
mind!
feeble.
I am actually going to lose my mind. Why is that sad?
The
Why
time
is
is
that?
long past.
Why are you sad? You're the only one who's sad. Thank you for the follow. Swordplay, Ruination. I'm vibing. Hi, Choc. Okay. Oh shoot, someone's dead. I'm gonna have to use Orlando, I think. Holy Ruination 177. Yo, Talion, you've lost count. Is Talion even still here? Do you know how much damage we've done to this guy already? Do you have high potion? Yes. Please help out. Abilities, items, eye potion. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, we're standing way too close together now. Oh no. Who's got stopped? Oh yes, true. We did restart, didn't we? You got Phoenix down. Yay. Okay.
My turn.
Please get close enough. Perfect. Abilities, attack. At least he's not dodging. That would have pissed me off. Hi, Brian. Hello. Hello. Yeah, we're standing way too close together. Come this way. Abilities. Actually, can I get close enough to apply high potion? No. Items, eye potion. Oh, okay. I don't need to be right next to him. But let's keep a safe distance, shall we? Wait, is he dead again? Wait. Is he dead? Is he actually dead? Oh, he's alive. Barely though. Okay. He threw the potion as well.
Not looking good.
Good. High potion or cure? Never mind, he can't afford to cure anyone. So high potion for yourself. And I don't even think he can get out of that corner either. Oh, he can. Perfect. Let's get away. Stand there. Oh no. What's he doing? He's casting. Orlando, help! You're the only one I can rely on. Ability, swordplay, ruination. Nice. 400.
I must concentrate.
Yeah, no, just stay alive. Please stay alive. Nice, 250.
Onwards and
Look
upwards.
at you. Oh shoot. I mean, if he casts anything there, right? And he's dead again.
For the one true God.
Someone just dropped dead. No. Oh shoot, somebody's dead. You know what? I'll let Agrias handle it. Agrias can take care of it. Ability, swordplay. I'm not missing 250.
Come on.
Perfect. Move. Can you get behind? No? I hope I'm not playing with fire here. Attack. 170. Oh shit. Oh no. The random dance when he actually successfully casts something is so weird. I don't need to be super close to apply Phoenix Down, I think. Abilities, items, Phoenix Down. Oh shoot, I have to be close. So who is this? Who's first? Do I need to get him first? Yeah, I need to get him first. I don't think I can get close enough to him. I can, okay. Items, Phoenix Down.
I want to die.
What a mess.
Yeah, the dance is kind of funny. That's the thing. It's so funny. Okay. Phoenix Down. These two are a liability. Okay. They're a huge liability. All they do is die. Both of them. That's all they do.
Best heal that.
Like, that's all they do. Like, why do I even still play these characters? Huh? All they do is die.
My
And
luck's
he
in.
finds elixirs that he can't even use. That's it. Die and find random elixirs.
I must concentrate.
That's all he does. The difficulty spike in this game is wild. I mean, bear in mind, this is easy mode, right? I'm actually playing easy mode. There's nothing easy about this. I think he'll be fine. If I can get close to him and maybe apply some potion? Or not? No. Let me see if I can get any early attack on him. No, he's too far away. I don't think I can get ruination either. No way. It's too far. What can I do? I can get close to this one and heal him, maybe. The boss is gonna come around anyway. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get close because I'm gonna try and get a cure, a group cure on all three of them. Abilities, actually reset. Stand there. Are they even on the same? Yeah, okay. These angles, man.
Here.
Just stay alive, I beg you. She got this attrition, especially with Orlando, Shadowblade, and Whack-A-Mole Phoenix now. This is primarily to increase HP, especially like Chapter 4 Lucario having double HP from older versions. Old Ash was under 2000. Yo, he's got 2000! He picked up one of the crystals yesterday, and he healed for like 999. And at that point, I had done like over 1000 damage to him, and he just went back to full HP, I think. 3008 is insane. That's good to know because it's locked behind the grey gauge as well. So we were actually keeping count earlier, but we lost count now. Back in the day, I didn't know that was the final stage. So it is the final fight. It is then. Okay, just stay away from the others, I beg you. Who is this lad? Stay there. Yeah, he can do a cross. Abilities, items, eye potion on self. Ooh, wait. What's your ether looking like? Since we're gonna get, okay, you've got ether, okay. Eye potion. Look at them. Completely useless. All they do is die and freaking Phoenix down.
Looking good.
And the cycle repeats itself over and over again. Okay, you need to get your HP back with Shadowblade. If there's a way we can, like, lock him in that corner, that would be perfect, you know? But I don't know if that's even possible.
By divine.
Don't talk too much, just damage. Wait, just cast your spell, bro! Oh my god!
Onward.
Well, he can't do anything, so might as well heal that one again, you know? Actually, no. Heal him. And then I'm gonna proceed forwards. We need to apply re-raise on that Agrius as well. Let's go stand on this side. Yes, that is Thunder God. Yes, the one and only. He's carrying heavy. Like, he's the only person I care about in this entire game right now. I always felt this was disappointing. Why? Calm down. It wasn't even that painful, was it? You only died. Sheesh, why is he screaming like that? That was so aggressive. Christ. There you go.
You're not finished yet.
Did you hear that scream?
I'm grateful.
Just so.
What?
Let's go.
Okay, re-raise. No. Wrong person. Move. I don't think he's got enough range to do anything though. Some other villain was going to pop up and say, I am the real big boss. And that's what I mean. That was so aggressive. Like, he just kept going and going. Okay, it still hurts. It's already dead. Oh no. Oh no. That is not good. So he's gonna face us three now, so we need to spread out as much as possible, but I also want to apply re-raise on Agrius. Or on self? Yeah, I think it makes sense to apply it on himself actually. Re-raise. But he's gonna miss, you know? Like he always does. He's going to miss. Just watch. Just watch. Yeah, he's gonna die. Who is this? Let me see if I can get close to... What about flare? Can I get flare? Nope. Can't afford flare. Fire for all. Oh shoot, he's probably gonna move away before that goes off, honestly. Oh, he didn't miss! Shocking. Okay. Wait. Okay, everyone's still alive. Amazing. Re-raise on Agrius. White magic. Oh shit. Bro. Why are you so useless? Items, ether. Okay, and wait. Oh, perfect! Perfect! I actually forgot I had that on him. Okay, he's casting. I think I could do 200 damage here. Nice. Oh, he's moved away anyway. What the hell? Hollow? I don't think I'm going to be playing it enough to unlock Cloud, unfortunately. I'm hoping to end as soon as I finish my first playthrough, or whatever the last boss is. So I can play something else. Still can't get close to him. That blows. Actually. Hollow? Please, Hollow? Oh. No. What a waste. Okay, I'm just gonna keep moving. Stand there. And yeah, there's nothing I can use. Yeah, I can't do anything, just wait then. Feels like a wasted turn. And he's dead again. And he is probably out of ether. Yeah, I actually thought this was the last fight, honestly. It's fine. Actually, can I get close to... No. I think I might be able to throw the Phoenix down though. Right? I can never remember, honestly. Phoenix down? Yes. Hi Abby, how's it going? Nice. Just in time. Just in time. Yeah, maybe we'll be able to like lock him in that corner. I doubt it though. But I've seen some of them jumping. I think Shadow Blade just to get the HP back. Ooh.
That I too should succumb to this mere child.
Virgo, what's happening? Oh, very convenient armor.
Where am I?
Welcome back.
Alma, are you alright?
Yay! And everyone's standing. Shocking,
Ramza?
right?
Is it truly you?
Too far we've come to taste now of defeat. Angel of blood.
Hi, Cub. Is that Cub?
Should
Hi.
rise.
Hello.
My life I gladly give.
Yeah, there is voice acting. Everyone's been chatting away. No. Did she just turn into an old lady?
Once more.
Jorah.
Alma, no.
That's sad. After everything. Thank you, Abby. Okay, this is the final boss. Thank you, God. On the same ship. Oh my gosh. Agrees or Ramza, can you use Ragnarok Night Swords? I don't think I have that, you know. I would have to go all the way back to the open world to pick up new items, which I did make a lot of money just now. Hi Adam. A lot of money.
To arms then.
Ready and waiting.
Okay. I mean, if I'm able to get a bunch of them in one zone to cast it, then yeah.
Very well.
Let's go.
No. Who is this lad? I feel like I should keep the same layout that I had before. So... hopefully this does something. Let me check on their gear. Jobs. Ramza, I think you're not doing a great job as a knight. I'll be so for real. Maybe he can be a chemist. You know? Maybe he could be a chemist and actually help out with the raise and stuff. Well, let's see how the first pool goes, and then if it doesn't work out. Nice! X potion! Damn, and I still have leftover as well. Ooh. What can I get? Holy water, maybe? I feel like there might be some undead situation here. He was doing damage. Not enough! Not enough damage, because I feel like Agrias was doing more damage than he was. Like, but Agrias was busy raising, so I kept her back. But he wasn't doing that much damage compared to her. She's more useful to me than he is. With my setup, at least. Yeah. She's still missing a bunch of JP though. Could really use some high potion on her. But she's got Phoenix down now, so I cannot complain. Yes! The final boss, finally. Long overdue. Let's see. Jobs. Chemist. X potion! Got my X potion. Let me get holy water as well on him. Does he have holy? No, he doesn't. Okay. Let's get stone. Because you never know. What's going on? I'm playing a game. The link to the gameplay is... I mean, I had it in chat before, but it's gone now. Yep. If you want to see the gameplay, it's in that link. Okay. Let us proceed. Thank you.
No turning
Did you know
back.
Agrias had saved the queen? You can compare it to Rag... Oh shit, sorry. I already clicked. Oh. Wait, are we gonna fight her? No. I thought that we were just gonna have a conversation and somebody else was gonna show up.
What is this? Do not
Oh my god, that's
resist
sad.
me.
That is sad. This is worse than the other guy. Is it Dice? Not Dice Dog. The other brother. Hi Sirius. How's it going?
Please! Help me!
Alma!
Ramza! Help!
Zalberg, yeah.
No, you cannot. You must not. No!
Oh.
Alma, are you unharmed?
I'm fine. But you must strike down Ajora. Quickly.
Does not harm you.
To thwart my coming, you would dare essay? Nay, it shall not be.
I was right to pick up stone. And holy water as well. But holy water walks on vampires, right? And not
I suffer spite
demons.
from neither lord nor serf.
Yeah.
Your unmaking you have sealed.
Damn. Yo, Square Enix has been so extra with the anime. Damn! Succubus, is that you? Hi, sir.
Ultima, divinity descended. Prostrate yourselves before me now.
Damn.
So that is Saint Ajora's true fate. Made a Lucavi like all
Tiki,
the others who craved
so
power.
tired. I'm
You
actually
will
so
not
tired.
leave this place. I will defeat you. I swear it.
Are you serious? Oh lord, I hope I get through it soon. Because I'm in so much pain, I need to get off. I actually wasn't gonna stream today. I was just like, you know what? I thought that was the last fight, right? Just like I'm just gonna end the last fight and just end the stream. So who is this? Orlando. Ooh. She's literally got like 1 HP left. What am I meant to do with that? Like, I assume if she dies, that's it. But she's got like 1 HP left. A devil man from the anime. Ooh. She looks like Ooh, damn, she's thick. She looks like Succubus to me. Wow. Check the ultimate demon HP. 600, 800, 600, 733. I mean, why is she still alive? Why can she not cast it now? Huh? So this one doesn't have any HP. So what do we think it is? So I know how much sacrifice. Yeah, 800 is quite high. If they've got 800s, you can only imagine. One. Yeah, she's hanging on to that last HP. Okay, so we've got him. I think I'm just gonna focus on the main boss with Orlando, honestly. Maybe this isn't wise, but I'm just gonna stay close. Crush armor, does that do anything? 138. What about Ruination? 300. So those two are on a straight line. I can't get to them anyway. It would be nice to actually get those two behind her, but I can't reach them. Okay, so I'm just gonna focus on her with Orlando. Oh, come on! Pick on someone your own Damn! And somehow she survived that.
My turn.
Wow. Right? She two-handed as well. That was unnecessarily aggressive. Nice, nice, nice. Probably shouldn't sandwich myself between them like that, but you know, who is this Lambert? I need to apply re-raise. Should I apply on her first? You know, let me apply on her first. Just to be safe. And then I'm gonna go apply it on Orlando. fine though.
Let's go.
Assuming she doesn't miss. Yeah, putting Ramza in between those two is a bad idea. Because now if I attack with massive fire, I'm gonna hit him in the process. Except his turn comes before it goes off. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this.
Onward.
Which is ay ay ay. Oh my god. Who did she cast it on though? Who did she cast it on? I saw like a massive yellow mark come up. But who is she casting it on? On herself? Is she just casting it for herself? Maybe not on the first try, but it will happen. Eventually. Eventually. Just have faith. Hello, thank you so much for the raid. Well, she just casted something, but I don't know. Hi, hello, welcome in, raiders. Oh my god. Oh. Did I just get healed? Did I just get healed? How was your stream? What'd you get up to? Thank you so much for the shout out, I appreciate it. Hope you had a great stream.
I've a point to prove.
Maybe it just was never loud, yeah. It was never loud to begin with. Hello, welcome in, raiders. Sorry. Oh lord, what is happening? What is happening? This is the last fight. I know, that's the thing. We've been playing it for so long. I'm getting stressed out. I need to play something else, so...
Submit to me.
I'm hoping to finish it tonight. Where is she going? Oh my gosh. No. Dude, he hasn't casted the fire yet. Oh, she's back.
I'm in trouble.
Oh no. Is she just gonna keep attacking her then? Oh no, she's attacking her. She's aiming her herself. Dude, just... Oh my god, I don't know what to do. I'm stressed. What is she doing? What is she do? This is a weird view. This is actually such a weird view, but you know. It has to be done. I get the most damage from behind. You know? It has to be done. 200. That's a weird view.
Excellent.
It's okay. It's okay. White magic cure. Yeah, I don't think any amount of healing is going to keep her alive if she's constantly getting targeted, honestly. But I'm just gonna move forward and hope I can help the others as well at some point. Good luck to you, sis. Okay, okay. Nice, I think she's good. She's good. She don't need me. When white magic... honestly, it drives me insane. Insane, because in the process you're still losing MP. Like, why should I lose MP if it misses? Like, I think you didn't even do the job. Why are you still missing? You know? Yeah, they're moving around quite a bit though, which is really frustrating. Yeah, I think I should definitely take out the others first. I don't know, I'm conflicted though. They keep healing like quite a lot, and not knowing how much damage the boss has is really frustrating. Oh my god, what the hell? What the hell?
So sorry.
My move.
I mean, I don't know. I just need to pick one person and just stay focused, really. Ruination. Let's erase this one. Phoenix down.
This looks bad.
Can you take a guess who she's attacking? And she's dead
Ramza.
again. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate it.
Easily remedied.
I must concentrate.
Yeah, she's standing like around all these bodies, so can't even get to her. Nice. Yeah, I need to start raising people. Am I ever gonna have enough Phoenix down for this fight? Huh? Oh no. It's that stone.
What a mess.
An absolute mess. Maybe I should heal myself first, but I need to get him up. I keep forgetting that I don't have to be right next to the character to actually use Phoenix down. But for some reason I keep wanting to get close. Lucky! Oh my gosh, the miss actually came in handy for once. Well, not for long. They're still gonna die. Oh, it's casting.
I'm in trouble.
Oh no, she's awake again. She's gonna cast re-raise and then she's gonna die again. She's gonna cast and die. Girl, okay, I thought she was gonna go stand in the nano flare.
I don't understand.
I will not fall.
Yeah, I don't think I have that though. And this is like what, the 4th or 5th fight on this level? Yeah.
Right.
So in order to get that, I would have to go all the way back to the open world to buy it. You don't need to be close. Yeah. Okay, I do need to be close, okay. And as soon as I raise them, they're just gonna die again. Maybe I should spare one. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the other side and try and do an attack on her. Ragnarok, because I don't have it, no? I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it. Excalibur Ice Brand. I don't think I have that. I mean, if I did, I probably sold it because I had to sell a bunch of stuff to get the pistol. I think it was like 15k. This one. I do? Where did I get it from? Use those X potions. But I also need to do damage. Thank you, Grump. I appreciate you. I see. Okay. Yeah, if we wipe, I'll just equip that then. I didn't know I had that. Yeah, back to formation. And also, one of those demons is practically dead, so let me just get Renation. No chance stage? What's chance stage? Okay, one of them's got confusion. I've still got a couple of moves, you know, they're not like, they're dead. It's just one turn, and then I will try and pick them up. It's always them two, they're such a liability, like, I don't know why I keep running with them. Honestly. Damn, that was a lot of damage. Girl. Honestly. I could just finish this one off, right? No, it's okay. I know you're just looking out for me, but I'm also very greedy, unfortunately. Very greedy. I probably shouldn't stand here. Oh shoot.
At this rate.
I hope she's got re-raise. And she's killed one of her own as well. Well, two of them. Oh, okay. Yeah, we might be cooked now. We might be cooked now. Maybe I should have gone for that raise. Maybe I should have. Oh, she's back.
This looks bad.
Can you apply to your brother, please? You know? He's dead. No, she don't care about him. She don't care about him. What is your obsession with her? She brought you to life. Leave her alone.
Perish you shall.
Jeez. Did she?
With purpose.
She didn't even get a chance to do re-raise that time. Did she? So who's it gonna be? Ramza or... Oh, yeah, I'm cooked. Yeah, Alma don't care. Clearly. So who's got the first turn? This one. Who is that? Lambert. Items. Phoenix down. Stay alive, please. But you need to chance sage or to always cast re-raise with. Huh? I don't even have that job. Nor do I even know what that is.
I was unlucky.
Wait, are you dead or not? I'm so confused. I thought he was dead. That was why he went into that form. I actually thought he was dead. He was dead. Like, is he dead? No, I'm actually so pissed, honestly. Yo, why did he go into that form if it wasn't... Okay, right, it's different. No, I don't. And also, the save doesn't apply to, like, these type of fights that are leveled.
I have you.
So, she doesn't have, like, the 3 turns on her head. Alma. So, she can stay dead for however long, right? It's a perfume accessory you get from Potion. Yeah, I've never stolen anything in any of these characters. Oh my god, we're cooked. We are so done. We are so done. If I raise this one, move away. Yeah, I think he's just still gonna die anyway. Okay, good. That's good. Because I was really concerned about her at the start. So I wasted a turn trying to raise her or trying to apply re-raise on her and it didn't even go off. Leave him alone, man! Come on! Leave him alone! Oh my god!
With purpose.
Ah, shit. I can't get close enough to apply Phoenix down, can I? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, these two were just trouble.
I am ready to fight. Ready and willing.
Okay, yeah.
Very well.
I think I might have done a bit of leveling as well. Ragnarok. This Night Sword is mentioned in Tales about the end of the world. It provides defense against spellcraft while equipped Grand Shell. I take it you're not monitoring your chat on TikTok. I am. People are backsitting. And I'm already getting help from YouTube. Did I miss something? Well, except something was sent and I didn't see it. Or it doesn't show up on the screen. Because that does happen sometimes. Right, let me see. I think I might have picked up some new upgrades. Let's see. Not him. End of the world flavor text is why it is here. End of the world flavor. I love the improvement they added to this game. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I never played the original, but I've heard a couple of things that I feel like if I didn't have would have made my life very difficult. Very, very difficult. Okay, high potion. Definitely won that. I know how it is sometimes with multi-task. Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I try to look at them if it's like something important. Try to take out the blue one so you can focus on the boss. The blue one. Nah. I mean, if they keep dying, I have to go and raise them, unfortunately. If the others, they keep dying. You know? Okay, so... I didn't realize I haven't mastered this yet, actually. Yikes. Is that it? Are we done? Yeah, mastered. Chemist, high potion, Phoenix down. The important stuff. Ooh. Do I have... No, I don't. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so there is the fleet option as well from the open world. Apparently you have to do all the fight before. That would drive me insane. Like, actually insane. I don't think I'll still be playing this game if I actually have to, like, do every single, like, ambush. Ain't no way. Holy is already mastered. What else? Yeah, chemist. Explosion. What else? Oh, right. That's the stone, yeah. I actually thought they were going to start turning us into stone, but they haven't yet. I have an app that combines them. Wait, what? TikTok tends to struggle to connect for whatever reason. What do you mean tends to Connect. Struggle to connect. What do you mean? That combines them. Not sure. So the issue with that is with modding. I can't use combined chats because of modding, and I get a lot of hate for obvious reasons. So I can't combine chat, unfortunately. If it's like one app at a time, then it's fine. But I can't. If I can't mod, then I'm not doing it. I can't just let people just call me names and be racist. I mean, I'm on the internet. People think it's okay. Ultimate demons are immune to holy. Yeah. Oh, what did you do to get blocked? You see, this is what I mean. I have a very long block list, you know? I use it very, very well, you know? It's my favorite thing to do. I just, you know, block all day. Anyway. Yeah, if I don't have access to that, I don't think I'll feel comfortable merging chats. Because I think, because I use, what's it called? Stream Elements, and you get access to merge chats as well, but again, no access to mod tools, so I don't use it for that reason. Okay, immune to holy water, you said, which is scary, scary, scary. Okay. Let's see, jobs. Yeah, if you can add that to the app, that would be amazing. I think you'll get a lot more usage if people have access to mod tools everywhere. Explosion. And holy. Yeah. Like, even if it's just you're being jokey, if like a new chatter comes in here and you don't know me and you're trying to be funny, you know, I don't know what the energy is. I'm just gonna assume if you're being hateful, and I'm just gonna block. And then if you come back and be like, oh, I wasn't trying to be mean, then maybe I will unblock, but I would just assume the worst on the get-go, block you, and ask questions later. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chaos. I don't know. You can't always play it safe. Holy White Mage spell. Holy White Mage spell. Thank you, Eric. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know you. You're seeing my energy and, you know, what I'm like. I don't see yours. You're behind the keyboard. I mean, I'm active everywhere, so I don't really
To thwart my
think I use one more than the other. Maybe TikTok, because a lot of my clips come from there. So I would say, yeah, probably TikTok the most. Yeah, Jeremy. Yeah. Thank you, Ray. Thank you for... What is that? Is that SpongeBob? Is that SpongeBob or is that an emote? Okay, let's try this again. Thank you, Ray.
My move.
14 cosplay? That's from like over a year ago. You mean like where do I watch people? I don't watch. I actually don't watch. I barely watch people. Yeah. I do scroll though. Like I watch like short content, but I don't really watch lives like that. Except it's like Talion. I feel like Talion is probably the only person that I really watch. Really? That's so strange. Like I did that cosplay, like... Was it a year ago? Maybe it was this year. Honestly, it's been a long year. It could have been this year, actually. It feels like so long ago now. Yeah, this one is really good. It's just ridiculously long. But this is really good. Hi, Jeremy. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if we can get a kill this time. Yeah, Tactics is good. I also play 14. But yeah, I'm just done playing this one because I got a key for it. And so far so good. The story's nice. But I feel like the story has changed. Because I thought it was going to be more on the Ovilia side. But now it's completely tilted and just focused on Alma. Is that just me? Because I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if they stuck with the Delita and Ovilia side of things. Like, I'm actually quite surprised that none of them are here. If that makes sense. Or maybe I'm just like a sucker for a good love story. I don't know. I see. Yeah.
This lad.
I wish there were more. Okay. Let's see then. Let's see how it plays out. Girl, where are you where is she even going right now? What is she doing? It's really about, yeah, I think so. It's just wherever he goes, I guess. But I wish he was more with the Delita side. Heretic and buried by history. I mean, he wasn't though, was he? Like, he was literally fighting the devil. Whatever the opposite of a heretic is what he is. Because he was fighting the devil, not a holy man. Right? The confessor was the devil. But because nobody else saw it, everyone thinks he's a heretic. And though he was relentlessly haunted by the church, he secretly saved the world. His possession of the stone empowered them with light and made him antithesis of the Lucavi. I don't know how. I would have to go off stream to do that, unfortunately, Chaos. He was on, yeah. And somehow nobody believed him. Like, it's right in your face. You don't see it? Who is this? Lambert. Ooh. I'm gonna apply re-raise on him first, and then start applying on everyone else. Let's just stand further back. Thank you for the like, for the follow as well. I appreciate it. You and your stupid elixirs, though. Oh my god. Every single time. Elixirs that he can't use, by the way. If Jesus returned to Earth right now, how would he be received? I don't know. People would probably laugh at him. They would think he was crazy or like a crazy person. I think people would just laugh at him. Or just make TikToks of him. Have you seen the cross Christmas trees as well? Like, what is happening? 237 damage is quite low. But she's casting now, so hopefully we can get higher damage later on. They'll probably make TikToks of him. I will do that. If you message me on this account, I will do it after stream and give me the username. Try and give me the username in the DM or something, because I will forget. Agrius, stand here. Holy coronation or hollowed. By history, but his story was told by someone, and that's the game floor you're playing right now. I don't know why she's casting that there though. She's literally putting herself in danger again. Yeah, I can't do it on stream, sadly. Ooh, Ultima. Yeah, I do like clips. Like, if it shows up on my Argo, and if it's a game I've already played, I will watch it. But I have a separate TikTok account to this one that I stream on, so I'm always on that one. Which is... Did we lose or gain 200? Did we lose or gain 200? Yeah, I think we lost. But yeah, we're cooked.
Curse you.
Oh, I thought he was dead. Okay.
With purpose.
Fucking Shadowblade. Yeah, sure, please do share. But I'll probably watch it after I'm done with
We
mine
must
though.
not lose.
Just in case of any spoilers. And did you play this one or the original? Oh, right, yeah. I don't have a links turned up in chat, sorry. I don't know if there's anyone, like any of the mods in chat that can take the link. Or you can whisper it to me or something. Bro. Oh, thank you, Italian. Okay, let's start applying these re-rays. How has he already lost the tone? Like, he literally just fell. He literally just fell. Oh god. These two though, like, they're so juicy! Perfectly lined up as well. Oh, that ruination. Okay, got one of them. You know what? I'm not gonna be greedy this time and actually raise Ramza. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Yeah, Italian, please share if you can. Okay, you didn't miss. Perfect. What the? What was that? Is she attacking her own? Is that what she's doing? Oh, flip. Okay, I'm gonna move Agrias and oh no, 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 no. This is bad. This is bad. Right? She's so fit. Honestly. Yikes. This is bad. Okay. She's taking our own. Okay. As long as they stay dead. No, no, Agrias. Please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Oh, no. Please don't kill him. Please. I mean, she's not doing that much damage, to be fair. Oh. I don't know if you were here when I actually used him to do like a back attack on her. She was mid-cast as well. She was like in a weird position.
I won't let you die.
But he was able to like strike her, and the movement of the sword was very sauce. Very sauce. He doesn't have any items anyway, so he has to do something. Okay. I don't think I want to cast, because if I leave him to cast, he's just gonna be killed before that happens, I think. So I'm just gonna use Phoenix Down in this situation. Yeah, I'm gonna use Phoenix Down here. Items. Phoenix Down. Yeah, okay, so I can use that from anywhere. Move out of the way. Stand here so you're close to Orlando for the next move. Items, Phoenix Down. Okay. Well, at least we're not standing together. Hopefully whatever attack they cast next Oh. Again, can I don't think he can throw Phoenix Downs. Let's see. Please, please, please. He can. Okay. So I don't want to stand close to them, so I'm just gonna stand there. Because I need to guarantee we get another turn with them, even if they die again, like right away. Okay. Oh, Grace is not looking good, but she's got re-raise, so that's good. Yeah, I need to take care of those demons soon. Abilities. Why magic? Cured 4. Ah, shit. Okay, move. I don't know if I'm gonna raise the demon if I accidentally apply cure on us.
This bodes ill.
She's got X potion, so I think I am going to apply X potion and get out of the way. Well, she's got some kind of potion. Oh shoot, she's got shit potion. Like it's so bad. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna risk it. Well, she's got re-raise, so she should be fine. Yeah. Okay. You can't move, unfortunately. But you might be able to raise the other guy. Nah, you don't have that kind of raise. High potion. But he needs to stay here to get the cure. But I don't know if he's gonna pull it off. Yeah. I'm so glad I did that. Okay, so I need to raise him. Was it worth it though? No, it wasn't. You know what? No, he needs to raise someone. He needs to raise someone. I can't afford to lose anyone right now. And unfortunately, he can't throw the Phoenix down, so he has to be right next to them. So now we are most likely just gonna die together. Yeah. Some poor decisions were made. So I'm gonna go a couple of moves back and see if I can undo that. Okay. She doesn't have any high potions, so giving her a 30 doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna try and raise someone. Well, I don't think I can raise him because I can't throw the Phoenix down. Yeah, so I'm gonna raise I don't know. Yeah, I mean they did a remaster of the game, so it's getting more. Actually, it won best strategy game at the Game Awards last week. I don't know, 30 is not gonna go a long way. And I thought she had re-raise, but she's already spent it. She's already spent it. So I think I'm gonna raise him, even though we're both gonna die again. But instead of staying there with Orlando, I think I'm gonna move towards the demons and get my HP back from the demons. So he's not gonna die with Lambert casting the cure. That's expected. Move towards the demon. Actually, that one looks like it might KO. That's one less demon to worry about, I think. Abilities, swordplay. Or maybe I should go by whoever is next on the... Yeah, so that one's next. Perfect. Shadow Blade. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. I need to get this one. I can't even get any of them. Wow. Like, they're literally right there. I swear. That's the only thing that could have saved him. I know it would, but I was hoping I would be able to at least get further with this run. Like they just, you're right there. Come on. Nah, this is driving me insane. Like, yeah, he needs to get HP back. I mean, to be fair, he's got high potion. So maybe that's another possible move. That's not enough. To soften this fight, yeah, can do, but I can't go pick up new items because I'm already locked in like 4 fights deep. I don't have that. Somebody mentioned it on TikTok as well. I don't have it. What's Chantage? Well, I've never seen it before. I do? What's a Chantage? What's a Chantage? You assume I haven't already... You assume I haven't already stolen all of the items. She comes with it. But I'm pretty sure I stole... Okay, let's do that. But... Thank you, Thunder Gods. It's a perfume, apparently, yeah. You steal? No, I didn't get anything from Barak, I don't think. Okay, look. Okay, let's try then. Oh, I don't even have a thief character. So do I need to have a thief to actually get this Chantage? Do I need thief first? Because I never used a thief character at all. Damn. Yeah, I don't have that level of commitment, weeb. I don't have that level of commitment. Like, I've got other games in my backlog that I need to get to ASAP. No, there's no way. I've tried. I think I've hit him like 200 with everyone, and she's still alive. It's too late now. You should have had it. I don't think I recruited her though. That's the thing. I don't think I recruited her, but I don't mind resign. Let's see. I don't even think I have her. So apparently I should have her. There's some Shantae Jam item. think I remember what she looks like. She's got like a green cape. Oh, there she is.
Of course.
So does she have it? Yeah, she doesn't have it. Yeah, apparently I need to, honestly, and I keep getting people recommending me like the new games as well. It's just like, I wish I could play all these games, but I'm gonna go broke buying games. I'm so sorry. You know, I play whatever is, you know,
As you command.
in demand, I guess. And sometimes I get keys, like I got a key for this one, so I'm playing it.
Understood.
You can use her for melee. I mean, they do move around quite a
Ever
bit,
ready.
so I'm not sure.
I am ready to fight.
I need to check the items again. So he was using the Ragnarok. Need to check jobs. He still hasn't mastered this job as well, which is very annoying. I'm guessing there's some perks that come with like mastering a job, but he's got this question mark thing, and he can't even get any more JP. How did you get the key? Oh right, I got it from Square Enix. I got the key from Square. Actually, I got Octopath as well. Did I claim it? Actually, no, I got it on the Switch. I got Octopath. It's on the Switch. So that's another one that I need to try. Okay, jobs. Who is this lad? Explosion. It's ultimate. Oh, right. So do I get it at the end then? Yeah, I mean, sometimes they do key campaigns as well, but I don't think there was one for this one. I could be wrong though. Maybe they did. Oh, right. Yeah. I usually have like gifted on the first day that I start playing as well. And sometimes I don't play it after the first day, but this one has been, you know, exciting. So I kept playing. Regenerate or auto? Was he auto? No. Jobs. Hi, Sadie. How's it going? You doing good? White mage. Hi, crosses. Hello. Regenerate. Yeah, I think I might be losing some important spells now. You. Auto potion, right? I think this is the last. I was told this is the last. I was told this is the last fight. Are you just lying to me? I mean, the previous one was meant to be the last fight. Are you just lying to me then? Honestly. Like, I need to jump back in 14 as well. A new patch dropped yesterday, and I haven't even seen the trailer. Like, can you imagine? Honestly, I feel like watching trailers kind of ruins it for me sometimes, so I just leave it till like the day that I start like the patch itself. So I'll probably watch it on the day that I start playing the new patch. Finally made some progress. What do you mean? Of course I did. What do you mean finally? I've always made progress. Did I get Cloud? No. I'm not going to be playing it long enough to get Clouds. I don't even know what he looks like. I mean, I think I know what he looks like. Jobs. Who has the auto potion again? Right, I can't afford it. Oh, man. Don't want to miss anything. But she's got Phoenix down, so I think that's good enough. Okay, let's give this another go.
No turning back.
In the OG? Wait, what do you mean? In the OG? Does that mean there's more in this version? This is the last. Okay, okay, okay. Not bad, Sadie. Not bad. But I was hoping I'll be done by now, but this fight is quite long. This is technically phase 2. There was another phase to this one. That seemed to be quite longer, to be honest, but if I think I'm gonna focus on the demons this time around and then face her. Yeah. That's the move. So can I rent? Can I crush armor? Does this work? I don't think this works, right? Since they're not wearing armor anyway. So it would be a waste. 257. Hollow. Ooh, would you look at that? Perfect. Everyone gets some damage. Nice, nice. Oop, oop. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on the demons. So at least we reduce the amount of turns that they're getting. And that one's almost done. Ooh.
You can count on me.
Can we? Huh? Can we? Who is this? Lambert, right? I hope so. You know what? Armor, if you die, casualties of war. You know? Casualties of war. I am so sorry. Hollow bolt. She'll get back off. She'll be fine. Oh, oh. I'm on the PlayStation. PlayStation. I think this one's still got HP left. 21. I am so cooked, dude. That didn't last very long at all. Okay, I need to start raising them now. Who first? So, items, he doesn't have any high potions, so I think I'm just gonna move. Thank you, Chaos. Again, don't forget to send me the account name so I can find it. Have a good day at work.
I'm in trouble.
Oh, she's helping? Actually, never mind. Never mind. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. How did he get back up? Oh, right, because I just raised him. Let's raise... Who is this? Lambert. Abilities, white magic, arise. Just don't die before you pull it off. So which one's got the most HP? 733 and 600. Let's get that one first. What? That's all they do. They just die. That is all they do. They just die. Maybe I should raise Agrias actually, because she's got Phoenix down as well. Hopefully she survives long enough to raise the other chemist. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, the other one's dead too. Girl, please keep your aggro away from me, honestly. Do I have a red chocobo? I think I do. I think so. Magic defense boost if the white mage got enough, oh, you mean like a shell? Girl, can you just cast something that helps us? You know? Share the love. Yeah, I think putting them all in the same AoE range was a bad idea. They all just died at the same time, like really early on as well. Ay. That's not good. He's done. He's done. This is bad. Real bad. Girl. Well, at least they have somebody else to target. You know, do you get what I mean? Like, they're not super hyper focused on me because they're busy targeting her as well. You know, I'm gonna run out of Phoenix down at this rate.
Summon me.
I mean, she keeps doing damage on people as well. Every time she does the AoE attack. Ooh, I see a crystal coming up. Well, hopefully a crystal. Bro, what would I do without Orlando? Huh? What would I do without him? Oh, trash. He's gonna go for it. Oh no. Oh no. That's GG's. Yeah. Let's not make the same mistake again by putting them all in the same AoE range. We need to spread them out ASAP. Well, I got these two down really quickly though. Actually, since I'm going to be doing hollowed boats, I don't need to be right in front of them. Attack. Actually, I do. I kind of do. Silence? Actually, that doesn't work on them, does it? It's tougher, but you can see them spread out, yeah. Okay. You know what, Ramza? I think you should just boost yourself, like shout and things. Instead of standing like super close. I think I'm just gonna keep him far away from everyone else. Meetle. Shout?
Every bit. I'm here.
Instead of rushing him into it. Let me see if I can apply a re-raise on him. Actually, that's still too close. I can move ladder to the other side, I think. That's fine.
right.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, come on! They weren't even anywhere near each other! Come on! Nice, nice, nice.
Go for
Oh gosh, I thought he was gonna miss. I thought he was gonna miss. Welcome back. Nice.
Excellent.
Girl, take your aggro away from me. I don't know what to do now. I think I'm just gonna stay here and use the X potion.
I must.
Then if someone dies, I'm just gonna move him closer to... Yeah, to raise. What a waste! Oh my god. That is so annoying. What's next after tactics? I don't know actually. I think I might pick up what's it called? Bloodborne. I think I might pick up Bloodborne. Yeah. Because I've got 2 weeks off work. Play something new. Oh, nice. Yeah, same for me, Adam. Same. Oh, no. Is someone dead? Do I have anyone dead? No, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of time. Nice, 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 nice. I'm gonna try and move closer to Ramza and see if I can raise him. Or apply potion on him. Oh, this is looking good. Just armor and second ultimate demon. Yeah, yep. Okay, okay. Well, you just keep wasting MP, bro. Well, he's dead. He did. Yo, does she raise? Does she actually raise? Because I'm really concerned that she might just start raising the demons now. Is she just gonna start raising them? I need to get closer. Not too close. Girl, put your aggro away! Oh my god. So, my biggest dips, 343, 330, 300. This employs the power of darkness, absorb distance, MP. I don't think she's got MP. He doesn't need Shadow Blades. Cleansing. 316. Yeah, I think Ruination is the highest. Yeah, that one.
By heaven's will upon heart etched,
Good.
let minds
Good.
impure be cleansed. Divine ruination.
I must do what I can.
Yeah. Keep yourself. She's just
Mother.
still running around with 1 HP. Like, girl, what is she doing? At least be helpful. Do something. Anything. Well, he doesn't have anything, so I'm gonna have to use ether. We're probably
looks
too
bad.
close though. This looks bad, and then she runs away. Oh, girl. Don't kill him, please. She doesn't do that much damage, really. Why should I heal her? She hasn't been of any use to me. What do you mean? What do you mean, why am I not healing her? What has she ever done for me? Other than put herself at risk every single time? You know? Crap. So she can't help anyone, but she might be able to do some damage. I know. I know. That's crazy, isn't it? But what can I do? She's using useful target, exactly. She is. She's very good at doing that. Okay, so she can't do anything. Oh, that sucks. I think we got this. It's fine. I don't want to get too close though. So I'm gonna try white magic. Oh shoot. He doesn't have MP anymore. This is bad. Should I just stay here? I think I'm just gonna stay here. And she might just go to armor. She might just go for armor instead. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use Ruination. Ramza will not die. Okay, okay. Okay, now you just put some fear in me, so I'm gonna apply Phoenix down with yeah.
On your
At least I get three turns. Oh, did he just apply re-raise? Did he just wait, how did he manage that? Did she do it? Did she apply re-raise on him? Where did he get that from? No, but where did he get that from though? Because I didn't apply it. And I didn't see her casting anything on anybody else except herself. Cure 4. Actually, maybe X Potion might work better. Yeah. Yeah. And get out of the way.
stronger.
Okay. Re-raise haste regen protects. Did she cast it on Lambert then? Because I didn't see her casting anything. I see. Okay, maybe she is kind of useful. Yeah, I didn't see her cast it. That's why I was like confused. Like, where did that come from? I think I'm gonna use Flare. I don't have Flare. Death. Cause nah. I hate that he's kind of useless as well because she might just move, or take the fire with her. You know what? I'm gonna use a smaller range fire and just target unit. Okay. So if she moves, she's not doing too much damage. Oh, this fucking... And she moved here. Did you see what she's... Did you see what she's just done? She moved exactly where she's going to do damage to both him and Agrius. Oh, the AI is smart. Okay, you can't even tell me otherwise. That was a smart move. That was a smart move. You know what? You'll survive. Yeah, that's fine. Ah, shoot. Oh, he doesn't have access to her. Is immune to poison, yeah. They're all immune to a lot of things. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna Needle instead. Let's do... I did have Shout, I think. Did I have Shout already?
No holding back.
Let's get close, but not too close. Hmm. True. Okay. At least she's not standing in the fire anymore. So let's do... Actually, you know... Yeah, let's stand here. But he's gonna die. But he'll be fine. He'll be fine. We need to end this, okay? I'll just get him back up.
Here I go.
Or she will. Girl, keep your distance, man. Keep your distance. Okay, okay. Nice, nice, nice. Same line of runation. I mean, I have never seen it, so as far as I'm concerned, she's only got one move.
Come on.
Okay. There. Abilities, attack. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Abilities, holy ruination. Kill. What did she just do? Did she just attack him? Friendly fire tactics. What do you mean? She literally just attacked him though. Am I tripping? Did she not just attack Lambert now? Is she confused or something? Sorry. It's kind of laggy now. A healing staff. That's a weird way to heal someone, right? Oh yeah, she did actually. Yeah, she healed him for 60. I was so confused. Like, why did she whack him with a cane? Weird, but okay. Who is this? Lambert. He's casting something, so I think I'm gonna have to wait for him to finish that. Yeah, just wait. I hate when that happens. Nice, 316. That's good. Let's try again. Yeah. Yeah, but there's possibility I'm still gonna miss that as well, right? No, I am. The link is in chat, so I'll watch. I'll watch it after this. After
will not
I
run.
finish the fight. I didn't want to just potentially get spoiled. So. Oh no! Oh no! Move! Everyone, run! Run! Okay. I think she might still have access to her. She stands this way. Hopefully that's a long cast. Followed? Nah. Oh, she does. Okay, perfect. Okay.
My turn.
Perfect. Nah, she's cooked. Oh, 100! Oh my god. Wait. Is that a crystal? Who is this? Lambert. Wait, do I still get my move? Do I still get my move? Oh, I should have just used it. Can I get Runation? Yep. Oh, she's actually being helpful. Bro, I am so
I
done
must
with
concentrate.
you. Like, that's the second time. Oh, thank you so much for the 43 months. I appreciate you. Oh
So
my
happy
God.
to be supporting my favorite streamer for 43 months.
I appreciate you, George. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oop. And the whoop. Okay. Can we just like con her or something? Thank you, George. Hollowed without hitting anyone else. Perfect. And she's still standing somehow. Oh, she's gonna get the crit. Is this now? Is this? Yeah, but I only went back one move though. I only went back one move though. So either way, she's still gonna get, because I don't have enough move to actually get the crystal. I don't think it's possible, right? Because after her is, yeah, after Agrius is her, and Agrius doesn't get that far. Agrius doesn't get that far. So I need to reload further back. So that was 8. Thank you, George, for the bits. I appreciate it. And Abro, thank you as well. 8, or the start of the fight. Okay, so it hasn't turned yet. Ramza, Agrius. That's the furthest I can go. This is the furthest I can go. And this was before. Yeah, this is the furthest I can go. If I go stand in front of it before it turns. Agrius is next, but still Agrius doesn't have enough move to get there. Oh. We could try that. But what if... But what do you mean slow? Because I never really understand the slow and the haste. So does that mean she wouldn't have enough movement to get there, or what does that even mean? Does that mean she skips her turn? Yeah, but what does that really mean though? Rain speed. A deft technique that reduces target speed but deals no damage. Like, what does that truly mean? Because she's literally standing right in front of it as well. Okay. 62% speed -2. I know that, but it's gonna take forever though.
Onward.
I can't reload anymore. I can't. If I reload again, it's the start of the fight. If I reload again, it's the start of the fight, no? Oh wait, there's a 9, there's a 8. Okay. That's what I mean. This game. No, that's the one where she already picks it up. That's the one where she picks it up already. 9, 8. Yeah, I think it's done. Yeah. Yep, and that's the one where she picks it up. Yeah. Yeah, but she's already picked it up in this save. And in this one, Ramsay's standing in front of it. Yeah. This is the only one where I might still have a chance. She might do something else. She might do something else now. Because Ramsay is standing right in front of it, but I can't guarantee that. Yeah, let's see. Does she have anything that slows? Judgment Blade channels holy energy through one sword, attack distant units, and has a chance of inflicting stop. Doom, KO, silence, confusion. I feel like I've never seen Ruination confusion, not on the boss. So Judgment Blades, and hope that she actually stops. Let's try Judgment Blades. If I can't ever get to her with Judgment Blades. Yeah, but the save is gone though. I think as soon as I do a move, it overrides the save. As soon as I do a move, I think it overrides the save. This is my only chance. Like, if she's able to stop with this move, which I highly doubt. Nope.
Submit to me.
Oh, I forgot she doesn't move like we all do. She moves by teleportation. So trying to block her away from it wouldn't have made a difference because she's just gonna teleport onto that tile anyway. So there's another crystal here that I need to pick up. So let me just get close to it, but not too close. Let's get that one. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Who is this? Lambert. I need to raise whoever that is on the ground. But I don't think I have range. I am so screwed.
My
Yeah,
turn.
yeah. I swear she's gonna get a move as soon as that thing turns into a crystal. Let's try rending speed again. It's behind now. Okay, I actually did it. I did it now.
Excellent.
Let's get closer to that crystal. She doesn't have armor, does she? So I don't even think this is useful in this scenario. 400, that's, you know, close to the knight that we just
I will
lost.
fight.
No? Oh, the speed thing really helped, you know, because she's just skipped a turn. She's literally just skipped a turn. Who is that? Who is this? Agrias needs to raise that person. Okay. Agrias needs to raise that person. I'm gonna rent something else. Weapon, maybe? Or magic?
Right.
On your feet.
Oh, it's just a chest. Okay. It's just a chest. Yeah, I think she'll die regardless. It's just a matter of time. X potion. Useful. Sword plate. Hollow. Nah, I can't get her. No, okay. What about Shadow Blades? No, okay. Just wait.
I'm ready to fight.
That's Lambert's. See if you can apply protection or something. White magic. Protect. I don't want to get too close to them to do it. Okay, they're all still standing. Abilities, Black Mage, Fire. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, but I feel like he only has a success when he's from behind though. And I don't think I can get behind her, not right now. He keeps missing otherwise.
There!
Yeah. And Ruination.
This looks bad.
Girl, you just got protection. What do you mean? Oop, oop. Bruh. Hi, Luke. How's it going? Oh my god. Watch him just miss the entire... Just watch.
Onward.
Okay, let's apply Ruination. It's fine. It's going better than I thought it would, to be fair.
No mercy.
Oh, 177? What? I expected more from you, though. 3. Nice, nice, nice. Ruination. It's okay, Agrias. It's okay.
I'm in trouble.
Girl, this fight is not even about you. Like... Yeah. I'll try and sacrifice a turn to do that. Ooh. Okay, just stay out of the way and apply ether. Oh crap, we're running out of that as well. Okay. Oop. Oop. Oh, but she's so juicy. She's mid-cast as well. Some more dips. 600.
Now then.
More damage. Actually, no. Let's go from the front. Thank you for the follow. So I don't hit Ramsar as well.
Bye.
Nice, nice, nice. She's fine. Let's just go hollow. Nah. Okay, I need to move a bit closer. Not too close. Ramsar is full HP. Yeah, let's go Ramsar. He's fine. He can take it. He can take it. Yeah, dude, get out of the way. Abilities, black magic. Can we do death? Aw. Maybe death before he moves. Abilities, black magic, death. And Ultima.
Bye.
Bro, she's still standing. Come on.
My turn.
Let's move. And then apply shout in all of the metals.
Every bit helps.
Okay. Who is this Lambert? Protection? Some of them did get protection before, but nah, she'll be fine. Too far. I mean, he's got a pistol and it does some really nice damage as well. You know? Nah, never mind. It's okay, Lambert. Sit this one out. You're good. You've been kind of helpful.
Summoned me.
Ultima. Whoa, whoa. What did he miss? He missed the death? Or the flare? What? Perfect. I thought I wasn't gonna hit her actually.
Impossible. This end to meet. I see it now.
0% death. Right. That makes sense.
His blood.
I think so.
Vanquisher in times long past. But not so soon. Shall I accept defeat?
Not so soon. What is she saying? Is she saying there's more? Oh, right. There is more. Is that Giga Flare? Phase.
In that accursed blood, the price of your defiance you shall pay.
This looks bad.
You think? $277. Oh my god. I was hoping to finish this tonight, you know. Oh, what time is it now? It's past midnight.
Let's go.
Well, if it's just her, then it might not be. If it's just this one character, it might not be so bad. Yeah, I need to start buffing everyone now. And I don't even think I have ether left. So we're so cooked. Oh, so this isn't the new thing then. This wasn't in the base game. I don't even think he's got ether left. Oh, he's still got MP, sorry. I think his attack is kind of good, 88. I think I'm going to start using that instead of his magic.
I won't disappoint. I must concentrate.
So I've got shout on him. Metal. Let's go tailwind.
I must do what. You can count on me.
Ability, white magic, re-raise. He's already got re-raise. Maybe I can apply that on Orlando. Is it tilting the boat? I think it is.
With purpose.
Is that on the same? Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Come on.
Please don't miss.
Submit to me.
Wait. What? What just happened? What just happened?
I'll give my all.
Did she remove it or did she add re-raise? Did she add or remove? She removed his buff. I think that's what... She just removed his buff. Because he had re-raise and she just removed it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep my distance with
Never
Lards.
felt better.
Because he's got pretty decent range with his pistol. Oh, no worries. Thank you so much for hanging out, Zero. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yeah, I'll probably watch the clip at the end. You can catch up on the stream later on and have a look. She can't get close. Okay, I'm just gonna stand here. Hi, no tax. Who is this? Lambert. Abilities, white magic, ether. And then he needs to apply re-raise again. Yeah.
Now then.
I mean, he could do Shadow Blades just to be safe. Yeah.
My turn.
Maybe I should run speed. I think I should do speed. So we can get more turns. Okay. Remove the re-raise again. Lads, pistol should still work fine. It's not a lot, but it's something. We don't need cure, do we? No. I could just throw potion or something, like if it gets too dire. So I can just attack. It's not a lot, but it's... Bro, why did you just attack? Did he just attack nothing?
My move.
Oh shoot. Ramzo's standing behind. Sorry. But I need to keep him behind her so he doesn't have a chance of potentially missing the attack. Okay, I'm just gonna move to the sides, or maybe even, yeah, I'm just gonna move to the sides. And if I need to apply, if I need to apply rend again, I can just move back. But see, look at what she's done. So I can't get behind. Actually, I still have one cell behind her. It's fine.
This looks bad.
The hand of time on high I raise, start judgment to invoke. Grand cross! The god I am.
What is that? It's a stone frog. Come on, you can't apply two things at once. You can't apply two things. Come on. You should just apply two things at once. They're too spread out now. It would have been nice to get at least two of them in there. So I'll try. Maybe we'll get another turn and I can place more people on the tile. So he's probably got some antidotes and stuff as well. That removes poison. So what does Agrias have? She's red. What does she have? Berserk and blindness. I don't think I have got... Oh, eye drops for blindness. But berserk, I don't even know what that means.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
I don't remember what that means. I mean, she's still red, but I think that might just be the berserk. Okay. But they're all standing so close together now. Miss. Come on. Ah, come on. Well, he's behind. So maybe... So is that like confusion there? Oh no, it's not confusion.
This looks bad.
It's just I don't have control of her. Right, right. I don't have control of her. But can I cure Berserk? I have no idea. There's S in the remover Berserk. Resets. I have to get close, unfortunately.
Now then.
Yeah, she's gonna have to take some damage. He's still got full HP. And he's got the clock as well. Remove the blind effect. Berserk means you will attack without your commands. Yeah, I've already removed blindness. It's already gone. But is he even on the same path as him? Yeah. Renation? Yeah. Yeah, it should be fine, I think. What is he casting? Esna? On okay, on her. I need to sort him out. So I did get something for stone, but I think I have it on the other character, so he's useless here. So I'm gonna just keep my distance and Explosion. Divine Ultima. Just ignore them. I did. Just looking for attention. So Esna doesn't remove it then?
I'm in trouble.
Physical attack maybe?
Oh, life-arresting light, now quake! My tower of might become divine Ultima! From existence fade!
So is that the end? Everybody dies? Is that it? Okay.
This will suffice.
Still look good for the most part. I don't know if physical attack is going to... It doesn't stop it. Yeah, Esna doesn't work either. Okay. So I'm just going to focus on trying to remove the stone from Ramza then. Items. Gold needle. That's it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
You viciously.
Well,
I don't understand. My turn.
neither do I.
With purpose.
The way he's positioned on the ship, like it's kind of hard to tell if you're on the same path as him or not. I think... Oh, shoot. But I'm gonna get Lambert in the process. But he'll be fine, right?
This looks bad.
She's still helping. 118? You know? It's not much, but it helps. Oh, look at you evading. Ooh, hold boat. Do you think that does more damage, maybe? I don't know what to do. I think I should raise him, though. So that's Lambert. But he doesn't have ether. You know what? I'm gonna go X-Potion. What's different? What's different about my playstyle? It's not close enough. What the hell? I can't even tell. When I just punch her, but she evaded, so the bounce didn't land anyway. Like, is he even standing there or not? Like, I can't tell. Well, he's got berserk as well, but somehow I can still attack. Oh, he's blind. He's got blindness. I didn't even realize, you know. But he's still able to move. He's still able to move. I think I'm just gonna do like shout or something. I don't know if he's still got effects of shout from before. I could also... No, yeah, I'm just gonna do shout. Maybe focus next, if I can't reach him.
Onwards and upwards.
I mean, it's a straight line. Come on, he's literally right there. Hollowed? He said to try a hollow. Yeah, I think he's standing on that one.
This looks bad.
Come on.
I think he's still got like the speed debuff as well. Nice. She's good at evading. Oh shoot, I forgot there's a dead person on the ground. Whoopsies. Ooh.
By heaven's will upon heart etched, let minds impure
No phase
be
2, right?
cleansed.
Or phase 3?
Divine ruination.
Thank you. I hope so. Like, thank you, Andre. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Divine, I beseech you.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you. That's very kind. The struggle has at last reached its end. I don't know, it kind of feels
What
underwhelming.
now, Ramza?
Oh, okay.
Given all that has come to pass, I fear we cannot return to our old lives.
That's deep.
No.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Should
Thank
we
you, Varian.
remain, we would only be hunted as heretics.
Still!
So instead,
How could it still be heretics? I'm so confused. I mean, to be fair, there is no mobile phones to like record like, yo, I just killed this Lucavi, you know. We just saved the entire world. But people are still gonna think that he's heretic? That makes no sense though. That's pissing me off. That is actually pissing me off. Thank you, Varian. Enjoy the rest of your day.
let us take to the road.
You and I.
We've eliminated the source of the chaos. Our work is done. From now on, we shall live free, as birds on the wing.
Blessings of the Great Father descend and guide your body's return to the earth. May the grace of Saint Tajora lead Alma's soul to the
The
eternal
grace.
shores of paradise.
The grace of Saint Jorah. Who's gonna tell them?
There she shall
Actually, I
find
think they do know because they've got that book, right? They do know that their god is a false god, but they're still putting up the pretenses anyway.
Faram.
Faram.
Oh my god, what the hell?
She was so young.
For the entire family to be taken, the gods are cruel.
Who is she? Alma?
And the youngest son, Ramsar, branded a heretic and denied even a burial. Such tragedy.
For 3 centuries, House Beowulf stood, but no more. A stark reminder that nothing lasts forever.
So is she pretending to be dead? Because she was alive last time we saw her. Is that Delita? No. Oran or something.
Hamza.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I am late in paying my respects. I would have come sooner were not so many eyes upon me.
Ramsar?
Avelia has wed Delita, and she has relinquished the throne.
Well, some of the confessors know what's in the book, though. One of them clearly knew. The one that gave it to Ramsar knows what's inside, so surely more than one of them knows. Right?
To him, making him king.
Avelia had wed Delita, making him king.
Unborn youth restores peace to the realm. And now, together with his queen, he forges a new kingdom. A tale of heroism not like to be soon forgotten. Mayhap Delita is the man you believed him to be. A good man, at heart. When Valmafra revealed herself for an assassin, he made it appear as though he'd killed her. Then let her run. I think he must have caught a glimpse of himself in her. A tool manipulated by Lord Folmarv.
It's time we rejoined our squad. I'll go on ahead.
My father. Did he die bravely? I'll visit again. Be at peace. Are you truly dead? I still cannot believe you're gone. After everything.
I still don't even know who's been buried. They were talking about Alma, and now he's talking like he's talking to Ramsar? What?
Oh, Ramsar!
And Alma?
Wait! They're alive. They're both of them alive. Did you see them?
She probably won't believe him.
Thank you, Ramsar. May we meet again, somewhere out there.
I don't know. I don't like the ending.
There is naught to bind us now. Not the Beowulf name or the legacy. We may leave all that behind, to walk a path of our choosing.
That's what I mean,
of
like,
our choosing.
They just buried a
Will we
random
be able
person?
to find our place?
I do not doubt it. For aside from each other, we have time. To forge new friendships, to start families of our own. And one day, when we have children, we will share with them our tale. The first chapter in a new legacy.
I don't know. So that's literally an unmarked grave as well. It's just a random grave. And people are just assuming who was in there. That was the last time Ramsar and his sister were seen. Oran was left to ponder their mark on history. That's sad for them. I don't know what brings men joy or what drives them to great deeds or what legacies they hope to leave behind. I know less yet. But I do know this, the true hero of this tale was the man forgotten. Oran would spend the next half-decade assembling an account of all to which he had bore witness. His work complete, Oran presented these accounts to the Durai papers before Clemens in council and then convened for the selection of a new High Confessor. However, the church, fearing above all else the revelation of the truth, seized Oran as a heretic and burnt... Oh my god. The pen that inked the forever still, the papers then laid hidden for long centuries, forgotten even in the church that had concealed... See what I mean? More people know. But I have found the truth and so laid it bare for all to see, that his deeds might guide generations yet to come, that his name might receive the honor it is due. Oh, it's terrible. That's so... I'm so sorry, that's so bad. Other than Delita, everybody else got a terrible ending. Delita is the only one that came out. And even then, I feel like the story deviated a lot from his storyline. Even though he was quite like in there from the get-go. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the ending. I don't like it. I really don't. Yeah. It's too sad for a lot of people. And then Oran gets burnt at the stake again. Like after everything. And Delita didn't even try to correct the... Nah. So what kind of kingdom did he actually create then? He's just living a lie as well. Yeah, I need to play the 14 quest series again. This is not how I expected it to go, really. Like even fighting Alma as Anjora or Ajora at the end was kind of unexpected. I didn't expect it to be centered around her. Let me see if there's... Let's see if there's a post-credits or something. That's sad. Thank you. Yeah, at least it's done. Yeah. Shout out to Square again for sending me a key. I didn't expect to even finish it, honestly. Because I'm very, like, anti-old games. But a lot of the new accessibility features that they've added has really, really helped. Really helped. Thank you, Adam. Trying to see if I can fast forward this, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, because I was really, really expecting more on like the Lita and Ophelia side of things. I didn't expect it to go this way at all. Nah, they did him justice though, Italian. Thunder God in 14 was really well done. Really well done. Like, it's not even compared to the version in this game. They really did him some justice. Even with Stadio, right? Even with Stadio. Even though he was a bot. I think they really did him well. I'm gonna check the events log as well, see if there's any other visuals that we can refer to. Yeah, yeah. Because I was expecting him to like transform as well. I was expecting C to transform in this version, but there was no transformation. Like to get some kind of form similar to the one in 14, but that didn't happen. But yeah, Sid carried, like, a lot of the fights as soon as I got him. I pretty much soloed with Sid. I only have a pause button. Oh, wait. Velia.
I thought I might find you here. Everyone has been looking for you. Today is your birthday, is it not?
Well, the
I
fake
brought you
birthday.
flowers, a token of my eternal love. Ophelia.
How could you? You used them and all the others. And someday you'll cast me aside, just as you did Ramza.
Did he punch her back? Did he? No.
Did you get what you wanted in all of this, Ramza? I got this.
What the fuck? Right? Like I don't even know if I should be. If anyone deserves to die, it's him. It's him. What? I'm so confused. Like my face is so hot. Like I'm so confused. What the fuck was that? Like what the fuck was that? Did she stab him as well? Because he looked like he was bent over. Did she stab him as well? It's too far back for me to capture now. Did she get stabbed? Did he get stabbed as well? And for that to happen after he just said, I brought a token of my love, and then he stabs her. He just had a knife at the ready. Oh yeah, this might show it. No, it doesn't show it. It only shows from the... I am so confused. Oh my god. That's crazy. So he didn't really love her then. He was more after what she could do for him. He didn't care about her. He never did. See, that was why I was always confused about him, because I thought there was something off about him, right? Like I was seeing it from the jump. Like even though he was like professing his love from the very jump to her, I was like, there's something off about this guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that changes everything. I do like that ending, but it's really unfortunate for Ophelia though, after everything she's been through. Really unfortunate for her. But everyone, you know, everyone died, so, well, except for Ramza. But then they lost a core part of their history and their story, right? But at least they're alive. my god. I didn't expect that at all. I really did not expect that. She had been said that she was going to pay him back. I actually don't remember her saying that. Like he was telling her, "Oh, I love you," or whatever, or "I'm gonna create a kingdom for you," and she was eating it all up, right? And I wanted to believe him, but I thought there was something off with him. I mean, she had every right to. Did she not have every right to stab him? Because she's seen what he's done to everyone else. And I was saying as well, like, why did he not stand up for Oren as well? With the history records like he was keeping. He's the king. He should have stood up for Oren. That's a massive red flag. Massive. But then I don't know what the timeline of the story is from Oren getting burnt at the stake and this happening. I don't know what the timeline is. So I don't know if this happened before or after. They do look a bit older though. So I'm not entirely sure. Exactly. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm actually curious about the rumors now. Honestly, Jeremy. Some real Game of Thrones stuff. I'm curious about the rumors. Let's go check out the rumors. Wait, I'm so confused. Why are we back here? I'm so... Can I not just go to the end of the game and go to the open world? Oh, come on. I wanted to go to the open world though. Yeah, that's the only thing I have though. 43. So that's all. 43 was like, what, 20 minutes ago? Yeah, that's the last save I have. So it's either that or I can't go back to the open world. I really wanted to check out the rumors. I don't want to do that again, but what? Like, I want to hear what the people are saying, right? I want to hear what the people are saying. Nah, that's actually crazy though. Like, I'm so hot. Like, I'm actually breaking out in a sweat. Is it gonna show it again? Alright, I don't know. I'm still not gonna get access to that. It's fine. Damn, but I'm glad we finished it though. Oh my god. That took way longer. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm surprised that I can't access it as well. That took way longer than I thought it would. But it's done. We're done. I'm gonna go live tomorrow, but I don't know what I'm gonna play. Probably Elden Ring. I do need to get the new, I need to get the new DLC though, and try out some new classes. Actually, maybe I'll just do Dota 2. Yeah, I might just do Dota 2 instead. Yeah, Dota 2 I think, yeah. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. This has been great. Yeah. Yeah, it was good in the end. Like, if it wasn't for that post-credit cutscene, I think I would have been really disappointed. But I'm glad that they added that with Obelia and Delita. Because I was thinking they just had it good. Do you get what I mean? That would have pissed me off. Like, I would have just been like, why did I play this? But I'm glad they added that in. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully. I wasn't feeling too good today, but I somehow managed to find the strength to go live. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. If everything is right within. Take care of yourselves and stay warm and hydrated. I will see you soon. Good night. Bye. Good night. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you. We forgot to watch the clip. Should we watch the clip? Should we watch the clip? Let's watch the clip real quick. I feel bad. Do you still have the link, Talion? Let me see. Scrolling up a bit, see if I can find it. Okay, I found it. Damn. Are we all still here? Okay, I found it. Oh. So somebody was in chat earlier and they were like, oh, they played the game as well and they wanted to share a clip of them doing the final fight. So they sent me a link on Twitch, so I'm gonna try and watch it now real quick before I end. They were here for a while, but I was mid-fight and I didn't want to break immersion just to watch a clip. Okay, so that's the clip. It's on YouTube Shorts. Yeah, okay. Let's mute this. Unmute that. Do I have browser audio? Yes, okay.
I'm in danger.
Relatively close together.
I'm in danger.
Are you a toad?
I am in danger. There's nothing I can do. He's stuck as a toad right now. No way that worked. He killed him as a toad. He killed him as a toad. He licked him to death.
That's hilarious.
1 HP, oh my god, that's funny.
Relatively close.
Oh, that's funny. We did get turned into Toad as well, but it wasn't yeah, it wasn't. I corrected it right away when he did the divine something. Was it? I don't even know. Yeah, we corrected it right away. There was no way I was fighting as a Toad. But anyway, thanks for sharing, Zero. If you're still here, yeah, have a good one. Bye. Good night.